Hey Foreverlies, it is just Maddie right now. We have had a weekend. So if you can't tell by the title, Mr. Ryder Bug has RSV. Funny thing is, he has not coughed once. He has mainly just like fever. We're in traffic. Every time that I turn off Baby Shark, Ryder starts crying. Literally, he was fine the entire time Baby Shark was on, but we're on our way to the doctor right now for a follow-up. I'll talk more in a minute about like what happened and how he's doing, but right now we're going to listen to Baby Shark on repeat for 20 minutes, and it's going to be a wonderful time. We are at the doctor. How you doing, bud? You feel yucky. Look at that handsome guy. Who is that? Is that a Ryder? I think they're gonna get him on some breathing treatments. Thank the Lord. I will talk more in a minute about having an urgent care, but it was a mess. It was a whole mess. We're done at the doctor. I am also looking rough. They didn't prescribe him a breathing treatment because he's not coughing, but it was the nurse practitioner, and whenever I had a conversation with our primary care provider about RSV once, and he was telling me how like even if they're not coughing with RSV, preventative breathing treatments are like one of the best things you can do. So I don't know what to do. I wasn't in the mood to like argue about it, and like if he sounds fine, he sounds fine. He's a healthy full-term baby. And I don't want to like push where it's not needed. I mean, if he starts coughing at all, I'm gonna go back and ask for breathing treatments, because that's like RSV is scary. But basically, we had a whole mess at urgent care. He is also just not feeling good at all. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fully get through this, or if I'm gonna have to put on Baby Shark. At first I wasn't gonna post about this, but I feel like there's an important message, like, and that being to advocate for your children. This is the second time one of my kids has had like something wrong and it presents differently, and I have to like push for it to be diagnosed, because it doesn't look like anything. Basically, on Monday morning, Ryder woke up just really not feeling good. He was also super fussy on Sunday night, but I didn't notice like a fever or anything. And I mean, he might have been running a fever, maybe not. But Monday morning, he for sure had a fever. It was over 100. So I immediately made him an appointment for urgent care. And I just had like a gut instinct. Like I knew something was off. He was screaming the entire night the night before, and was just really sluggish and just not himself. Just like that mom alarm just started going off. So I made him an appointment for urgent care, and there's like a very select amount of urgent cares that take our insurance. Like in an ideal world, I would have brought him to Cook's Children's urgent care for the best quality of care. And honestly, next time I'm probably just going to do that, because our insurance will reimburse us. It's just like kind of a strenuous process. But I mean, I guess this is kind of alluding to the fact that the quality of care at the urgent care was not the best. So we go in and they check his oxygen. His oxygen's fine. Pulse is fine. They didn't get a read of a fever either, because they used like the little ray gun thing. Those things are notoriously inaccurate. I've never been able to get an accurate read on my kids with that thing. I always use under the arm or in the mouth, or even for the most accurate read for babies, you do it in their bum. And I know that seems cruel, but if you're trying to figure out if your baby's running a high fever, that's the most, doing a rectal read is one of the most accurate ways on little babies. they took us back at urgent care and basically asked me what was going on. And the provider came in. And the provider, like, basically looked in both of his ears and asked me what was going on and told me he looks fine. He actually only looked in one ear because Ryder was, like, fussing and whining. And he didn't try to get in the other ear. He just looked at one ear, literally one ear in his mouth, and told me he looks fine. And I was like, hey, this is the way my daughter presented when she had mycoplasmic pneumonia. And I know that's going around right now. Like, I would like his lungs checked out in a lung x-ray. Like, he had listened to his lungs too, and his lungs sounded fine. But that's also what happened to my daughter. Her lungs sounded fine, and she had pneumonia. Pneumonia can't always be heard in the lungs. Actually, I was researching it, and about 50% of cases of mycoplasmic pneumonia cannot be heard in the lungs. They have to be x-rayed to find out. So I was like, I honestly thought it was mycoplasmic pneumonia. So I was like, can y'all x-ray his lungs? I'm concerned about his lungs. Because here he is with this fever, no cough, just a bit of a runny nose and fussiness. That's like one of the biggest red flags to me. That makes me think like, okay, I need to take my kid to the doctor now. If they have a fever with no other like visible symptoms and just like irritability and just like a mild runny nose, that's a huge red flag to me. So I asked for a lung x-ray and got lectured on radiation. And I've done my fair share of research on radiation because I don't get anything done to my kids without looking into it. And literally, an x-ray is only exposing you to 10 days worth of what you would be exposed to just like living your life. So Everly goes to the dentist and gets an x-ray almost every year. She gets an x-ray at her dental appointments. I'm not worried about an x-ray, but this man starts lecturing me on radiation and how he's so small and we shouldn't expose him to it, blah, blah, blah. And I get that, but, and I'm not just gonna like request an x-ray for fun, go to the doctor and be like, let's go get an x-ray today. It sounds like a fun time. No. I was concerned about his lungs. So I asked if they could do a lung x-ray. And he ended up saying he would do it, but lecturing me on it. He's like, I have to do it now since you're concerned about it. Which was just really, really frustrating. But they ended up running an RSV test before doing the x-ray. Like a whole other provider came in and ran an RSV test. And they came back and told me that the RSV test was positive, which I was not expecting. I honestly thought it was like pneumonia or something, because that's how Everly presented when she had pneumonia. I knew something was wrong, and I wasn't about to be like sent home without any tests ran at all, because he did not run any tests. But the RSV came back positive, and he came back in and he's like, oh, RSV is positive, we don't need a chest x-ray. The crazy part is, he wasn't coughing or anything that pointed towards him having RSV. So I'm really glad that I kind of like pushed a little bit, because they were about to send me home without running a single test. But I mean, the reason I kind of wanted to film this and talk about this is because you have to be willing to advocate for your kids at the doctor, because healthcare in America, whether we like it or not, has gone downhill, and it's really hard to find that quality anymore. And I mean, even with primary care, it's so hard to get in with the actual primary care physician. And a lot of the times, nurse practitioners are great, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the times it's hard to get in with your primary care physician, and you're left with like an urgent care. If your kid has a fever for multiple days and no other symptoms with that fever, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that. But basically, they didn't give him breathing treatment. If he starts coughing, I'm going to have to go back in to get the breathing treatments, which kind of sucks. I mean, I wish they just kind of like preemptively called in those breathing treatments in case he got a cough, because he has RSV. Respiratory. R stands for respiratory. But that's like just a really scary diagnosis to get for a baby, because Ryder's 6 months old. But he's just been super fussy, super tired, not eating his dinner, like real food dinner. home nurse a lot. But he's just like not himself today at all. And it's just so sad to see. It breaks my heart. Like I said before, his only symptom really has been a fever and a runny nose. And the fussiness, obviously. But we're heading home now, and I'm just hoping and praying that this is the tail end of it, and he's just had RSV this whole time, and it just is like about to get better. But this could also be the start of it. We don't really know, because he had fever Tuesday to Friday on and off from vaccines, and he also had a stuffy nose then. So he could have already had it, and this is just the last, or it could be just starting. And I have a really bad feeling that it's just now starting, because the actual fussiness and feeling awful started Sunday night. So hopefully he does not get a cough. Hopefully it doesn't end up in his lungs, because that's really scary. RSV is like one of the number one things that hospitalizes babies, if not the number one thing in the United States, which is scary. I just really hope that it doesn't get worse. But I'm going home now. I need to post a video. I've just been so off. I feel like I'm almost having a YouTube identity crisis. I don't know what I'm supposed to post. I don't know which I'll find interesting, and I just don't feel aligned with my content really anymore sometimes, to be completely real. And I feel like whenever I do feel aligned with my content, nobody wants to watch it. But I'd rather have nobody watch it than just post like crap catered for views. So it's just been a struggle recently. Plus the fact that I'm also a student. I'm taking organic chemistry. I have an A right now in organic chemistry, by the way, y'all. A low A, but it's still an A. I'm in the process to finishing up applications for my bachelor's degree, and just all of the things are going on right now. They say bad things come in 3. They've came in like a dozen recently. I haven't been talking for 10 minutes. Anyways, we're going home. I got a cough right now. I was supposed to get allergy testing today, because my allergies have been actually murdering me, but he takes priority, and I'm not gonna go and like get allergy testing while he has RSV, you know? I am on my way home now, and I will see y'all there. I'm home with my boy, and we're just getting hugs. Oh. Oh, sweet. Oh, thank you. I love my hugs. I'll just tell he doesn't feel good. Oh, he's sad. He's also crawling and pulling to stand. Uh-oh. What is that on my nose, and how did that get there? And how long has that been there? Ryder, why didn't you tell me? Who's that boy? Who is that? He's also sitting by himself. Like, he'll be laying down flat and will sit. Yeah. Is that Ryder? You're so handsome. Who's that? That's Ryder. Ryder. I am going to get this boy a nap. Are you ready for a nap? He just wants himself. He likes himself. Also, look at my eyes. I don't know what's going on with them. You see that? This is awful. This is so HD. I rubbed my eye too hard and gave myself a burn right here. And then I've got... A doctor said it's eczema. So I guess we'll go with that. Hi! They prescribed me an oral steroid for it, though. And oral steroids make me gain weight, so I'm not vibing with that. But I need to make a dermatologist appointment. He's caught his hair. We're gonna find a TV show to watch. Do you wanna watch TV? Yeah. Ryder just slept for 3 hours and is still just acting super tired and like he doesn't feel good. Hi. Hi, handsome. And the only reason he woke up is because I tried to move out of the bed. He only wants to sleep on mommy while nursing. He's a bit worse than yesterday too, so I'm just really hoping that it doesn't get much worse than this. Because he's already just feeling so yucky and so sleepy. He just slept for 3 hours and he's ready to go back to sleep. You're so cute. You want you? You see that cute baby in there? Poor guy. Well, I think he is going to go back to bed because he's just feeling yucky. Mommy will hang out in bed with you until Daddy gets home, okay? Then Daddy will hang out in bed with you. Yeah. Okay, so I just gave Ryder some Tylenol because his fever is at 100. He proceeded to throw it up like it was the most disgusting thing ever. He won't even look at me. His legs are also mottled and purple, even though I have him under the blanket. And I feel like a crazy person, like, look, compared to my skin, because I just had him at the doctor. Bug. What are you looking for? He sees his toys. He's calling for them. Hi. Are you blowing bubbles? Alright, y'all. I am going to the pharmacy to go and pick up some Motrin because Ryder is not liking the flavor of his Tylenol and will just like literally dry heave and throw up every time I give it to him. Sometimes he throws it up, sometimes he just dry heaves for a minute, but he will not take it without vomiting or just choking on it basically. But he hates the taste. It's literally cherry flavored Tylenol. Like Everly literally has food aversions and can't take any medications, but she'll still take some cherry Tylenol occasionally. It takes her like 10 minutes to prepare herself for it, but she still takes it. But Ryder throws it up. He hates it. So I'm just gonna go and buy a couple, like I think I'm gonna get the berry flavor of Motrin because everybody likes the berry flavor of Motrin, but I'm just gonna get a couple of baby fever medications to try to get him to like, and maybe like one of those little passy droppers. I just need him to take something. I don't know if I should go into Target to get it or CVS. I'd hate to go into Target and spread germs, and CVS is for sick people. I just don't know if they have what I need. I'm gonna go get it from CVS, and if they don't have it, I'll have my husband run by Target on his way home from work. It finally feels normal to say husband. It has for like, I don't know. At first it felt so weird, but now it's like my husband. My husband. He's so good, y'all. But we're about to go into CVS, and I'm going to carry this fat guy because, what the heck? Why does everybody park like an idiot? A bunch of idiots. Woo! I say as I run over the entire median while parking. At least I'm straight. Okay, I'm about to go get his medication. Okay, so like, I understand that CVS is more expensive for the convenience, But there is no reason that 5 forehead strips and CVS brand Motrin or Tylenol, or ibuprofen, whatever it is, ibuprofen and Motrin are basically the same thing. This was $20. No reason not to be $20. Anyways, I'm about to go get Everly from school, and I think that's gonna be it for this video. I just really wanted to kind of talk about what happened as like kind of a way to tell parents, like, hey, you should advocate for your kids if you have a gut feeling, and kind of talk about his symptoms too, because both of my kids have gone through this and I had to advocate for them so hard to get a diagnosis of what was going on, because it was just like a fever, nothing else really except for like lethargy and a mild runny nose, and it ended up being a lung issue. So that's why I wanted to come on and just do like this super quick vlog. But I'm just praying to God that this is the worst of it and he's on the up from here, because it really is just such a scary virus. But I'm gonna be watching him like a hawk until then. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you put a curse on me, you can stop now. I can't even talk about I don't even like talk about a lot of the bad things that happen, but just things are crazy, y'all. Anyways, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel. Bye, guys.